Hello students, myself Sheetal Sawan. I am lecturer at Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. So today we are going to start chapter number 3, Pressure and Temperature Measurement. After completion of this video, student will be able to understand pressure measurement introduction, unit of pressure, pressure measurement device. So there are two classification, low pressure measurement device and high pressure measurement device. So the pressure is defined as the force acting per unit area measured at a given point over a surface. SI unit of the pressure, that is the magnitude that expressed in Pascal, that is Newton per meter square. So let's see the classifications of pressure measurement. So as I said, there are two classifications, low pressure measurement and high pressure measurement. So in low pressure measurement, there are again two types, direct measurement and indirect measurement. Under direct measurement, there are two classifications, elastic pressure transducer, in that Bourdon tube, bellows, diaphragms. And in second, manometer. So in manometer, piezometer tube, U-tube manometer, micro manometer, then differential manometer, then inverted differential manometer and capsule. Then in low pressure measurement, that is in indirect method, there is a McLeod gauge, thermal conductivity gauge, ionization gauge, thermocouple vacuum gauge, Pirani gauge. And in high pressure measurement, in direct measurement, there is a classification is a Bourdon tube. And in high pressure measurement, in indirect method, diaphragm, bellows, Bourdon tube, electric resistance pressure gauge, photoelectric pressure transducer, piezoelectric type of pressure gauge, and variable capacitor type of pressure gauge. Low pressure measurement. So various low pressure measurement gauges are, first one McLeod gauge, second thermal conductivity gauge. They are having two types, thermocouple vacuum gauge and Pirani gauge. And the third one is the ionization gauge. First one, McLeod gauge. So this McLeod gauge, it consists of one mercury receiver, which consists of piston and the threaded screw to raise and lower the piston, and one capillary tube is connected to the this mercury receiver to the bulb and the reference column. Now a bulb is having a capillary tube at the top side, and reference column we are using to refer the level of the liquid mercury. McLeod gauge is a device used for measurement of very low pressure. It can be measured the pressure of gas which obeys the Boyle's law, that is P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. The known volume V1 of gas whose pressure P1 is to be determined is compressed to pressure P2. The pressure P2 and the volume V2 being known, the volume of pressure P1 can be calculated as P1 is equal to P2 V2 upon V1. The unknown pressure which is to be measured is connected to point as shown in figure. The mercury level is to adjust that unknown pressure fills the bulb B and the capillary C. When mercury level is at cutoff point, then known volume of gas is trapped in the bulb and the capillary. Then by piston mechanism, mercury level is raised so that it reaches the zero reference point in the reference column R. Under these, the mercury in the various column is shown by shaded area. The volume of gas remains in capillaries directly read from the scale. The difference in heights of two columns is the measurement of the trapped pressure. Let the volume of bulb from cutoff point up to beginning of the capillary tube above it to be V and the area of cross section of capillary tube as A. Then initial volume of gas trapped into the apparatus of V1 when the mercury has been forced upward to reach up to the zero level in reference capillary. The volume of gas V2 at this time is equal to A into H. Final pressure head P2 is equal to P1 plus H. Volume V2 is equal to A into H. By using Boyle's law equation, P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So P1 V1 is equal to P2 is nothing but the P1 plus H multiplied by A into H. So P1 V1 is equal to P1 into H plus AH square. So P1 V1 minus P1 into AH is equal to AH square. So by rearranging the term, finally we will get P1 is equal to AH square upon V1 minus A into H. So here AH is less than V1. So we get P1 is equal to AH square upon V1. Advantages of McLeod gauge. Unknown pressure is calculated in terms of physical dimension of instrument used to calibrate how pressure gauge. It can be used for pressure measurement of all the gases. It is not influenced by the composition of gas. It is used as a pressure standard in the range from 1 mm of mercury above absolute 0.01 micron with calibration uncertainty of 0.5% to 3%. There is no lower limit to measure the low pressure. Any low pressure can be measured. Disadvantages of McLeod gauge. It does not give continuous output. It cannot be used where use for mercury is objectionable. Then it can be used for gases with moisture. Applications of McLeod gauge. Measurement of low pressure for calibration of low pressure gauge. Thermal conductivity gauge. The ability of material to carry heat by conduction is called as thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity gauge are two types: thermocouple vacuum gauge and Pirani gauge. So this is the diagram of thermocouple vacuum gauge. It consists of glass bottle and its inlet is attached to the vacuum whose pressure is to be measured. Then the thermocouple is attached and the one resistance heating element is there, which is made up of tungsten wire, and the voltage is measured with the help of PMMC, matlab permanent magnetic moving coil, and batteries attached to this resistance heating element to heat the tungsten wire. So this is the construction of thermocouple vacuum gauge. Construction and working. Thermocouple gauge consists of resistance heating element and thermocouple junction sealed with the vacuum glass bottle, which may be connected to the vacuum pressure which is to be measured. The resistance heating element is 0.025 mm tungsten wire, which is heated by 10 to 100 mA current to high temperature. Thermocouple is welded to it. The heating element is supplied with the constant electric energy and its temperature is measured by the thermocouple. The EMF of thermocouple is measured by a permanent magnetic moving coil, PMMC, which can be calibrated to read the pressure of the gas. Advantages of thermocouple vacuum gauge. So it is rugged and inexpensive gauge. It gives continuous reading. It can read pressure 10 raised to -1 to 1 torr. Output can be digital form. Limitation of thermocouple vacuum gauge. There is a chance of burnout when exposed to atmospheric pressure. Need individual and frequent calibration for different gases. It requires electrical power for its operation. Narrow reading range. Then the application. It used to measure the low pressure of range 10 raised to 3 to 1 torr. So this is the diagram of Pirani gauge, which consists of Wheatstone bridge circuit, and one Pirani gauge. It consists of the heater element, and the gauge is connected to the pressure whose connected to the environment whose pressure is to be measured. Construction and working. Pirani gauge consists of platinum filament enclosed in a chamber. The wire forms an arm of Wheatstone bridge as shown in figure. The temperature of wire from a given magnitude of current depends on rate of heat dissipation, which in turn depend on the conductivity of surrounding medium and hence its pressure. Thus, the change in pressure of the medium, the temperature and hence the resistance of wire changes, which can be measured by using Wheatstone bridge. A milliammeter carries a current on A count of unbalanced or breached can be calibrated to read the pressure directly. Pirani gauge is useful for pressure ranging from 10 raised to -1 to 10 raised to -3 mm of Hg. Advantages of Pirani gauge. It is more rugged, it is more accurate. It measures wide range of pressure 10 raised to -1 to 10 raised to -3 mm of Hg. In most of its range, it gives linear characteristic. Disadvantages of Pirani gauge. It is more expensive than thermocouple type of gauge. It needs frequent and individual calibration. It has a poor transient response. Time required for obtaining thermal equilibrium may be several minutes for a low pressure. Its operation requires electrical power. So this is the diagram of ionization gauge, which consists of triode tube, and tube is connected to the source whose pressure is to be measured. Now this triode tube consists of plate, then the grid and the heated cathode. Heated cathode are heated with the help of the battery. So there is a connection of a battery, and the current is passing through the grid is Ig, and the current is passing through the plate is Ip. So the formula is P is equal to 1 upon K into Ip upon Ig, where K is the sensitivity of gauge. Construction and working. Ionization gauge consists of triode vacuum tube. The triode vacuum tube is connected to source as shown in figure. Ionization is a process of removing an electron from an atom, producing a free electron and positively charged ion. Due to collision of high-speed electrons from atom, ionization takes place in triode tube. The heated cathode emits electrons which are accelerated by positively charged grid. As the electron moves towards the grid, they ionize the gas molecules by collision. The plate is maintained at negative potential so that positive ions can be collected at plate to produce plate current Ip. The electron and negative ions are collected by grid, producing grid current Ig. Advantages of ionization gauge. It used for wide range of pressure 10 raised to -3 to 10 raised to -11 mm of Hg. Constant sensitivity for a given gas over wide range of measurement. It gives fast response to pressure change. Disadvantages of ionization gauge. It has a high cost and complex electrical circuit. Its calibration varies with the gas. Decomposition of gas may take place by hot filament. Its filament can burn quickly if exposed to air when hot or before the pressure is at low value. Thank you.